Are you over 40, putting hours into your YouTube channel, but feeling stuck under 500 subscribers? Look, I know the pain. It's frustrating to work so hard and not see the growth that you desire. But the truth is, breaking through that first 500 is completely doable with the right approach. So today, I'm going to share the exact strategies that'll help you attract the right audience, create binge-worthy content, and finally get your channel growing. Let's get into it. Hey, I'm Jake, and I'm here to help creators over 40 grow small YouTube channels into sustainable online businesses. If you have a small channel under 500 subscribers, drop a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and I know that other people watching would feel encouraged by what you're doing. Also, sometimes just sharing a comment under a video can get you seen by new viewers, and you might even get a few new subs. All right, so I know what it's like to feel invisible on YouTube. You're uploading video after video, hoping that the algorithm finally sees your content and shares it with the world. And I'm also all too familiar with the feelings of disappointment when the day after you upload that video, it just stalls out with a handful of views. So please know this, you are not alone, but there is a way forward. And the very fact that you've actually started a channel at all is a huge win, and you should be proud of yourself for that. So today, let's look at how you can take all of that hard work and turn it into a strategy for real growth. Before we dive into solutions, let's take a moment to understand why many channels stall under 500 subscribers. Most of the time, it's not because your content isn't good enough, it's just because the right people aren't finding it. The reality is YouTube is massive. There are millions of videos uploaded every day, and your channel is just a small fish in a very big pond. And making it even harder for new channels is the fact that the algorithm has not figured out who best to serve your content to yet. Right now, if your videos aren't laser focused on a specific audience or solving a clear problem, they'll get lost in an ocean of content. Another problem a lot of new channels face is that they spend too much time making the type of content that they want to create without thinking about what their audience actually needs. If any of that sounds familiar, don't worry, we're going to fix all of that today. One of the biggest mistakes a lot of new creators make is trying to appeal to as many people as possible, or they share videos that cover a lot of different interests. Content without focus or a specific audience will halt the growth of a small channel fast. You often see a lot of new channels that have videos on a very specific topic, and then suddenly they pivot to something totally unrelated to those previous videos. All this does is confuse the algorithm and stop your videos getting shared with the right audience. Look, as the saying goes, if you're making content for everyone, you're actually making content for no one. So to fix this, you need to get really specific about who you're making content for. Ask yourself, who is my ideal viewer? What are they struggling with? How can I solve their problem or make their life better? Let's say you're a fitness coach. Instead of creating videos for fitness lovers, you're going to need to narrow it down. So try fitness tips for busy parents over 40 or low impact exercises for people with joint pain. Can you see the difference? When you speak directly to a specific group, they're much more likely to subscribe and stick around because when they're watching your videos, they feel understood and the content is speaking directly to them. All right. Let's talk about the two most important things that determine whether someone will actually click on your video: your title and your thumbnail. Here's a quick test. Would you click on your own videos? If the answer isn't a confident yes, it's time to level up your presentation and packaging. Titles. You need to start by making your title specific and clear. Include a benefit like "This trick builds muscle fast" or "Spark curiosity with 500 subscribers in 5 days. Here's how." It's best to avoid phrases like "my journey." Instead, you want to focus on what the viewer will gain. So, for example, "How I lost 20 pounds after 40 without giving up dessert." Thumbnails. You don't need to have overly complicated thumbnails that require a degree in graphic design or Photoshop. It's best just to keep them simple and bold. All you need to do is use contrasting colors and large, easy to read text. Also, it's best to keep the text in your thumbnail to 3 words or less. The text should complement your title, not repeat it. It's also really good to have a photo of your face next to the text. And it's particularly important with talking head channels where the viewer's going to spend a lot of time looking at you on screen. A really great way to grab a viewer's attention in the thumbnail is to show an exaggerated emotion in your photo or perform an action like pointing or holding a relevant prop. It's important to remember that your thumbnail and title are your first impression, and they need to really stand out on the homepage and in the sidebar. If you're looking for a simple guide for making click-worthy titles, check the pinned comment for a link to a recent video where I take you step by step through my title generation process. Right, so here's the golden rule for growth. Every video should either solve a problem or answer a question. Think of your videos as little solutions to your audience's biggest frustrations. And if you're not sure what problems to solve, check the comments on similar channels in your niche. You're going to find loads of people asking for help with very specific problems, and you can use these as the basis for your next videos. You can also use YouTube's search bar to find out what people are searching for. You just have to type in a topic and look at the autofill suggestion. These are things that people are actively searching for on YouTube. And if you make videos that target these topics specifically, you're going to be far more likely to rank in the search results. Another great way to find out what your audience wants to know more about is to ask. You can ask your viewers directly in your videos, just like this. What struggles are you currently facing while growing your YouTube channel? Let me know in the comments below. It's really important to remember that when you position yourself as someone who helps others, people are going to be more inclined to subscribe to your channel and they'll eventually become returning viewers. Consistency is huge on YouTube, especially when you're just starting out. Your audience needs to know when to expect new content, and the algorithm loves it when you upload regularly. Now, by consistent and regular, what I mean is you post your videos on the same day or days and the same time each week. Now, you don't need to post daily. That would be most likely unsustainable in the long run. So it's best to pick a schedule that you can stick to, like once or twice a week. The real key is showing up reliably on those days so that your viewers can form a habit around your channel. So growth isn't just about making videos, it's about building relationships with your audience. It's so incredibly important to reply to every comment, especially when your channel is small. You should also get into the habit of asking your viewers questions at the end of your videos, like, what's the biggest challenge you're facing right now with your channel? Let me know in the comments below. Now, I have personally seen the power of this on my own channel. When you get your audience to engage with your content and leave comments or hit the like button, the algorithm starts to share your content to a wider audience. I literally had a video stall out after a couple of days with under 10 views. Then, about a week after it was uploaded, it blew up to over 90 views when someone posted a positive comment on that video. That one comment told the algorithm that this video actually had good content inside of it, and it started sharing it much more widely. Additionally, when I replied to that first comment, even more people started to comment and the video kept getting pushed wider and wider. We as humans want to feel seen and heard, and we're much more likely to stick around and want to engage with your content if we think that you might respond and listen to what we have to say. So ask yourself, what is it that compels you to comment under someone's video? It's usually because you have had a similar experience or because you felt that the creator was asking you a direct question within their content, right? And if you leave a comment under a video and you don't get a response, it feels like that creator doesn't care about you, right? But when they respond, you feel seen, you feel heard, and you're much more likely to interact with their content again because of it. That continued interaction over time is what will drive the growth for your channel. It'll start small at first, But in time, you're going to have a thriving community of people leaving comments under every video, and your videos will get pushed out to a wider and wider audience. It's literally one of the main reasons why larger channels get more views than smaller channels. The algorithm rewards engagement, and as a small channel, you'll only have a small amount of engagement at the beginning. If you can foster and grow that engagement regularly, you will grow faster. As a creator over 40, you're bringing something unique to the table that most younger creators can't, and that's your life experience. So lean into that. Share your stories, your lessons, and your unique perspective as it relates to your content. People don't just subscribe to channels, they subscribe to people. So let your personality shine and don't be afraid to show vulnerability or humor. Those are the things that make you more relatable and memorable. Now, if you're not seeing growth, take a step back and look at your analytics. Which videos are getting the most views? What's your average click-through rate? How long are people watching? If you can look at your analytics and work out why people are clicking off your video early or at certain points, you can use that knowledge to improve your next videos. You can also use this data to figure out what's connecting with your audience and then double down on that. If people seem to start dropping off at the point where you just stop telling a personal story, then it's probably safe to assume that your audience really likes your stories, and putting more of them into your content is a good thing. The idea is to experiment, learn, and keep tweaking your strategy. Most new channels don't see explosive growth in the first few weeks or months, and you can use this to your advantage. Spend this time while your channel is still small on really honing your skills and know what your audience wants and needs. And take this time to learn how to spot what works with your audience, and then spend even more time learning how to capitalize on that. This is the stuff that might seem boring and tedious, but it'll pay off in the long run. And when your channel does grow, you'll be in a better place to take advantage of that growth. Channels that see explosive growth early due to 1 or 2 videos often experience a really big dip shortly after when they're unable to identify what worked in their popular videos. Now, I know that this might feel like a lot to take in, so I've created a free PDF that breaks it all down step by step. It's called A Practical Guide to Growing Small YouTube Channels, and it's full of actionable tips and strategies to get your channel moving. You can grab it right now using the link in the description. Remember that every creator starts at 0. If you're under 500 subscribers right now, that's okay. You're just at the beginning of your journey. The most important thing is to keep going, keep learning, and keep showing up. Growth takes time, and with time and patience, if you follow these steps, you will get there. Your future subscribers are all out there waiting for you. So don't give up, because I know that you can succeed, and I'll see you in the next one.